There was something old-fashioned about this film that I don't feel like we see a lot of. It felt like in a way, it felt like a throwback to 70s film. Mm-hmm. Was that part of the attraction, or did you guys feel that going in?
Do you feel that going in?
Well, I know our director, David Mackenzie, kind of had that in mind. He wanted to recall those kind of movies, and his filmmaking was a bit like that, in that it was kind of loosey-goosey, he created a great vibe on the set for us just to do our work, and I'm trying to think. I'm attracted to these kind of movies that don't have this just giant budget, and they're more concentrated on the characters and this telling of the story. And there are a few that are still made like that, mm-hmm. but I'm hoping that there could be more to come. I think the trend is changing myself.
I think it is, especially with movies like this. Mm-hmm. And you have a great relationship with Chris in this, the two brothers. Mm. Was it easy to build that and to make it work and be believable? Because that can be difficult.
Oh yeah, Chris, I adore him. I adore his person. We had already done a job previous, actually about a year before, so we were well acquainted. It did not take long to fall into a brotherly relationship.
To me, I'm watching this, I feel like it's very relevant to the time we're living in, and not to get political, not to get any of that necessarily, but I do feel that there is a desperation, there is a fear, and I think what these guys do in this film, did that play into your performance at all, into what you put into it?
Well, there's a lot of suffering going on in this country,
yeah.
Many countries, but this one specifically, in many ways, it's Wall Street meets Main Street, and we're left with a question of what would you do for a loved one?
Yeah.
It's two sets of brothers, and we deal with brotherhood in different ways. There are no good guys, bad guys. It's people trying to figure it out, and not so well all the time.
Well, I think there's something to be said about a movie that allows its characters to make bad decisions, and still be a hero.
Sure, relatable in some way.
Yeah. I love seeing you, the way your career has grown with True Grit and this character. You've kind of become the archetype of the guy that I know what I'm doing. I know the guy that everyone looks up to. How do you feel now taking on roles like that when you kind of were these guys before?
I like to shake it up. Early in my career, because my father, Lloyd Bridges, he had that TV series in the early 60s, Sea Hunt, and he developed such a strong persona. For an actor, they thought he was actually a skin diver, which is a great compliment.
Sure.
They say, "No, I thought they was a real outlaw." That's a great. But he got a lot of skin diving scripts.
Afterward, yeah.
So I figured, I better, mix it up a little bit. So I really set out to really not develop too strong a persona, so the audience would have an easier time projecting the character on me, and also encourage the filmmakers to give me different roles.
Yeah, has it changed as your career? Have you seen it change? The business change really?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think when we started making these 200, have we got up to 300 million bucks yet? I don't know.
Probably. I think we have.
That was the way it was rolling for a long time. Then you had very small films, but when I started out, there was an outfit that I worked with on the Last Picture Show called BBS, and that stood for Bob, Bert, and Steve. So and they made like Easy Rider, 5 Easy Pieces, and these guys were, talk about loosey-goosey. It was so cool, it was so great to work with that kind of spirit, and I feel it's returning now, Yeah. I remember Bogdanovich on Last Picture Show talking to the guys and said, "Can I just have one more day to get the?" And he said, "You know what? Take 5 days and really do it." Yeah. Oh, huh? I mean, that's the kind of support you want. Rather than, we're shutting you down. Different spirit.